We are covering XRP whale movement. I've got a nice little discussion for us this morning. Welcome back in. I hope all of you had a great weekend. I hope you enjoyed your time away from usually what you're doing Monday through Friday, which is probably some type of work, and got some time to enjoy with your friends and family. I hope that you did. Good morning, good morning, good morning. We're covering the latest on XRP. Price action this morning, whale activity, and so forth. It's Monday, September 29th. Welcome to Crypto Info. Tap that like and subscribe on your way in if you don't mind. It helps a great deal. Overnight moves. Let's break them down. Price action, XRP trading near 286. Let's go ahead and get to our price chart for all of us this morning. Let's see. XRP is in at $2.85 right now. Let's hop on a candlestick chart, at least on the 1 day, and see that we could be suffering a little more pain here, but it looks like we're going to have a reversal coming soon on that chart. Let's just see. We don't know. We don't know for sure. We got a $3.86 trillion cryptocurrency market, though, right now, and we are at a 39 for the Fear and Greed Index. But XRP's key support levels, if this 275 breaks, which we see deeper, which we could see deeper to around $2.55, that could be an issue if we see us dip that low. We're in a descending wedge pattern right now, but on the upside, the resistance sits at $3.05 to $3.40. We are looking to break out of that and get to some all-time high territory, some price discovery territory. I think we're at $3.84 for coin market cap, which we all know it was higher than that, actually. So who knows what this all-time high truly is in XRP's history. But if we can hit this kind of like $4 range and bust past that, we're really looking good. This range defines the next breakout path, of course, and when whale accumulations are considered, analytics show growing whale inflows recently. Large holders are moving XRP off exchanges and into long-term wallets. This pattern often precedes major rallies. Whales rarely buy heavy if they expect a decline in the future, right? So it's a clear bullish signal, of course. Ripple developments. Ripple continues expanding its footprint, as we all know. We know about the $1.3 billion acquisition of Hidden Road, prime brokerage firm, earlier this year, plugging into Ripple's U.S. Treasury markets. We know about $200 million purchase of Canadian company Rail. I don't want to go off the rails and get sidetracked. I'm going to stick to the topics here, but stick to my discussion. But there's quite a few moves Ripple has made recently, which gives Ripple connections to Wall Street. Prime brokers, of course, with stablecoin action with Rail, right? And access to treasury markets, of course, with Hidden Road. So it positions XRP for institutional adoption moving forward, of course. Ecosystem projects on the XRPL side. And by the way, I think you guys know that I think it's through Flare. You guys should check it out. It's never financial advice. I know that some of you are aware, but you can earn about 10% on your XRP by keeping it. Well, I'm not going to get into all of it, but go check out your options with Flare Network and making money on your XRP potentially. The XRPL side, the XRP Tundra presale has entered phase 4 now. You guys have been following that. It's been using a dual token structure, Tundra S on Solana and Tundra X on the XRPL. So some of you may or may not have been aware of that. That crossed our radar some time ago recently, and I never got into it deeply, and I still haven't, but keep eyes on that. It also introduces DAMM in caps V2 liquidity mechanics designed to reduce launch volatility, which is crucial. The project stresses it complements, not competes with XRP. So this is another sign of builders choosing the XRPL for innovation. The sentiment shift, institutional sentiment is shifting as well. Mike Novogratz of Galaxy Digital, you've probably seen him on a couple of YouTube videos recently, admitted, I was wrong about XRP. That's a notable reversal, of course, from this former skeptic of XRP. Signals, of course, another signal. growing aspect for respect for Ripple's strategy and XRP's role in the whole thing. Now, when we add micro support, gold rising, USD softening, as we've seen, particularly the proliferation of BRICS agenda and what they're doing there, ETF attention, and you do have some strong backup here for that case. Risk to monitor. This is what we're going to consider here. XRP has slipped under $3 several times, which is fine. This shows traders remain cautious, and it also shows the manipulation. Recent ETF flows from BTC and Ethereum reminds us how capital can rotate out as well. So DeFi hacks like weekend hyperliquid incident, if you guys saw that, shows system risks persist. Volatility remains part of the equation as always. It always will. And looking ahead this week, token 2049 in Singapore starts October 1st. That event typically delivers major partnerships and tokenization news, so keep an eye out for that. That's token 2049 in Singapore, which starts October 1st. Get eyes on that, please. Ripple may feature in headlines there. We're going to have to see. Also, the XRPL default UNL migration deadline is tomorrow, September 30th. We'll keep eyes on that as well. Node operators must switch or risk network disruptions by tomorrow. The technical step is critical for ledger stability, and I'm sure we're going to see some nice compliance there from all of our lovely good actor players. Wrap up here for this. XRP is approaching a breakout decision. Whales are accumulating, new projects are launching, and institutional voices are continuing to shift, but risks remain both from macro pressures and network-wide events. So the next clean close above $3.05 will be the key test here for XRP. I'm going to stay focused on the charts and watch how Asia headlines flow into this week. This has been today's quick little update, and we're going to get to more. We're not finished just yet. We are going to get into more. Welcome to Crypto Info, Blockchain Made Easy with your host, Frank the Crypto Tank. And I will literally be back, and I'm going to try 3 seconds. All right, that was close. That was like 4 seconds. Okay. Here we go. Let's not forget this portion of our episode, which we've missed recently, but you got to go without it for a little while in order to miss it, though. All right, so here we go. Let's get to it. I know my collar's all messed up. I'm sure it is. I'm sure it's all messed up. Okay. All right, here we go. Let's cover it, baby. Let's go over it. Today, Monday, September 29th, here coming to you live from sunny Colorado, is Crypto Info. Let's get over to XRP's daily close. $2.86 is what we're looking for. Here are our key moving averages that we're looking for that we'd like to see support flip on the 20-day, of course. $2.92, still holding confirmation on the 20-day. Same as the 50-day at $2.93 for XRP. On the 100-day EMA, we have a $2.83 hold acting as near-term support for us. And on our 200-day EMA, we have a big trend line here, $2.50 to $2.61. Every indicator, these indicators show us that XRP is in a falling descending wedge pattern right now, at least from July to late September here. It's like a compressed spring, and we're looking to bust out of this. And that's probably what's going to happen. If we see the RSI dip below 30, it dipped to 30 to 38. We're suggesting, of course, that XRP is, I don't know what that word is overbought. I think I missed an E. Sees XRP in overbought territory, which means we are going back up price-wise. So that is our very quick technical breakdown, and there's more because the EMA is not the only indicator we're going to be looking at, nor is the RSI, the Relative Strength Index. So let's go ahead and get into it this morning with ya on some details here. Of course, with the price above the 200-day EMA, guys, the long-term trend is healthy. Above the 150 and 20 adds layers of strength for us for price. When price is below the 20-50-day but above the 100 and the 100 and the 200, that's usually consolidation. Bulls still own the long trend, but short-term oomph is missing and may or may not be coming soon. We know it always does in XRP sooner or later. A falling wedge is like a compressing spring, like we've mentioned before, and that price drifts down inside two converging lines like that wedge that we've seen. You've all seen it. We've got an ascending wedge pattern too as well that I like better. When it snaps up through the top line with volume, you often get a pop out of that wedge, which sends price up. Excuse me. Now, our short-term setups over the next 2 weeks, guys, here's what matters most right now. Hold the 100-day EMA at $2.83, which I think we can do. Not a financial advisor, though. We can lose it cleanly, and we likely will revisit the $2.80. We do that, and then that will send us to $2.75, $2.71 for recent support bands to hold that. Regain it with strength, and the wedge break thesis improves for us, and we just may break out of it. And I think we all know we are. I'm not a financial advisor, but it's pretty obvious we do each time. Flip 20 to 50-day EMAs, $2.92, $2.93 into support. That's the first confirmation of momentum returning. And here we go. And we could see it. If we get our short-term push, we punched through $3 and $3.10 coming up here. This area is where many attempted rallies have stalled, and breaking and closing above it puts $3.20 to $3.40 and brings that into play now. Okay, so now breakout triggers. Here's the checklist. Daily close above the wedge, top, and above $3.05 and $3.10. The volume expansion, 150%. 20-day average is a good rule of thumb for this. The relative strength index turning up from mid-40s to 30s, avoiding overbought immediately. Recent roads have hovered 36 to 46, depending on feed time. And if we can get to this, not going to get into all that. Upside pass, let's stay on target. First target, let's stay on target, is if confirmed $3.20 XRP to $3.40 XRP. Prior supply, a measured wedge pop if we see that. Now, let's stretch this. If we get a stretch, $3.70 to $3.40, late Q3 supply shelf cycle level, we could see a massive explosion if we get past that spot. If that path gets rejected, a rejection of an XRP at $2.93 or a $3 XRP sends prices back to $2.83 on the 100-day EMA, of course. Daily close below $2.80. Risks drop toward the 200-day EMA band, which is a $2.50 to a $2.61 XRP, and we certainly don't want to see that. Now, medium term, 2 to 8 week, as long as price respects the 200-day EMA, the broader uptrend structure from early 2025 remains intact for us for XRP. So if it dips into that zone, dips into that zone have been by the dip areas so far this year, and a clean break and weekly close below would change this regime, and we'd like to see that. Falling wedge resolution. Let's see this falling wedge pattern get resolved here. Typically retraces back to the original area of the wedge, guys. Here that argues the case for a grind back towards $3.40, $3.70 before the trigger goes back to $4 plus. So that's kind of our $2 to 2 week to 8 week range. I'm not a financial advisor. We're breaking down the charts for you. We very likely are going to almost a $4 or a $4 and beyond XRP moving forward very shortly here. Our long-term North Star for XRP, $3.66, July highs. Above that, There isn't much 2025 supply history. Expect a whipsaw and expansion. Guys, here, let me just, all right, here, I'm going to tell you something right now. Hey, Sachi, what's up? Good morning. I'm going to be a very nice guy in saying this right now because I watch what happens and I notice patterns. Good morning, Sachi. How you doing this morning? Let's go whiteboard action again. Yeah, baby. Here's the deal. I watch how many people come into the chat and how many people leave. And I watch what I'm covering when the people come in, and then what I'm covering when people leave, and then when I'm covering when people come back in, and then people leave. And there's ebb and flow to the chat. And I'm going to say this a lot, very kindly. A lot of people have no business being in cryptocurrency whatsoever. Most of the people in crypto are going to literally lose their shirts, and I'm not kidding. They are. I can see what happens. I watch how people come into the chat, and when they get out, when I start talking about the meaningful things in crypto, like 20-day EMA, 50-day EMA, 100-day EMA, 200-day EMA, RSI, Relative Strength Index, and I'm breaking them down and I'm explaining what's happening, and I get into technicals, people tune out and leave. They don't want to know anything about it. They want to know the color of that jersey of that football team that's in the Super Bowl, and then they're going to bet on that team because of the color of the jersey. I'm not kidding. It's literally why I see the truth. I'm not stupid. I see the truth. Of course, I'm not stupid. What I'm trying to say is I absolutely am seeing this pattern, and I know I'm seeing it clearly, and I'm trying to say it very kindly. When I get into the technical minutia, people leave when it comes to crypto. It's hilarious. When I get into talking like this, and it's fine, and I'm not that people couldn't comment like Sachu and other people, because I'm not looking. I know people are going to comment when I get talking like this on a personal level, and I get it, and that's what pulls people in. But a lot of people leave when I get into technicals. People don't want to know. They have no business trading and being in cryptocurrency, and I'm not a financial advisor, and this isn't financial advice. But I swear to you, so many people are going to lose their shirts in crypto. Some people will do well, but most people don't want to go through the pain that is required to do the research with crypto, to keep yourself level-headed and not get emotional when they drop, when prices drop. In fact, buy more. And not tune out on the live when I get to the whiteboarding technicals, because all this stuff scares the pants out of people, because most people don't understand it. When it's not really that difficult, they haven't taken 2 minutes to try to understand it and work with it for a minute, for literally a week, because the desire's not there. They want to just very cheaply make money in crypto and tell somebody what team's going to win in the Super Bowl. Doesn't work like that. And I'm not a financial advisor. We know that are in here, Sachu and some of you others who have done all this research and are moving forward with your research and knowledge and staying on a channel like this, maybe as one of your channels that you learn, to see where we are in the market and to see where the sentiment is and to see where technicals are and so forth, particularly with XRP, of course. You know the truth. We're not going anywhere but up in this whole market. And you guys have done the work and I've done the work. There's a lot of folks that leave this channel, come on and leave, and I know why they're leaving. There's a lot of people that'll be on it at any given time, and all of a sudden a horde of people leave, and I know exactly why. Because this scares them, and I have no business being in crypto, and I'm not being mean. And it's not because they left the channel. It's because, honestly, I know why they left. It's because that scares them, and they leave, and they miss everything else, all the awesomeness, and they miss how to understand what all that is, which I explained to you on the channel. So anyway, welcome in. It is true. Some people have no business being in crypto and investing. My regulars that come in, and I'm not saying that we're great or anything like that. This is not one of those things. And you know I'm not that person. I don't do that. It's not what we're doing. I love all these people, including the people who left. It is true, though. I say the truth. They left because it scares them. They don't really have any business being in crypto. They don't want to know about this and learn about it. They just want a quick little tell me the secret real quick, and then I want to put money in and get a quick fix and be out. No, we got to go through some pain to do. We got to go through the jungle. Got to go through the jungle, man. Don't you? Doing awesome. Sachi says, made my first sell probably over 3 to 4 years. Held long term. This is one of the what was fast, though half a year. And indeed, I needed to sell it still for 20 to 35 and a half year. I got the profit out. Now, there's nothing. Look, I'm not a financial advisor, but Sachi, hats off to you. This is what we're doing. We're here to make money in crypto. And how we're going to make money is know that we got to go through some pain and some learning and some painful, chart reading and stuff that's boring stuff and research in order to know how to do it so we can make money. Let me just tell you the blue colored jersey is going to win. That dark blue colored jersey that actually upset yesterday. 3 was 0-3 and upset 3-0. I know you know which team I mean, what I'm talking about. Happened yesterday, which was, what an amazing victory for that team from the East Coast. Good for you. Hats off, Giants. But, that dark blue color jersey, that's who's going to win the Super Bowl. No, you got to research. What? You can't just listen to somebody at crypto. Monsager says you're right. Thank you. I hope so. I hope we're right, guys. It was an Intel stock, not crypto, says Sachu on that win. But God bless. I mean, good for you, Sachu. Good job. We're here to make money. We're here to take our money back out that we're laying out there, of course, right? Initial outlay. I'm not a financial advisor. Initial outlay when we can. Get our profits back for that XRP or XLM or whatever you bought. Now we're playing with house money. Now whatever is out there is just money that is out there. Not playing with house money. We're still playing with our own money. I mean, well, I guess we are playing with house, kind of. I mean, if we took if I put 40K into XRP, just common sense, and I go ahead and it's not going to be XRP. I'm not selling XRP. That's just me. I put 40K into let's say I don't know, something like a Dogecoin, and then I pull my 40K back out that I took. Yeah, that's what I put in. Everything else that's riding, it ain't my money. It's just a gift. If it all goes up, what's sitting in there? So to reinvest profits back in, the desire isn't there. Gave him goosebumps, and that single sentence did explain it all. And thanks, Sachi, for backing that up, because I think that's what happens, is people get scared when they hear things like Bollinger Band. Guys, I'm going to do an episode on what all of these are, all of them, and I've already done candlestick charts. Just basic candlesticks, what dojis are, gravestone dojis, blah, 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 blah. Falling stars, and all this shit. Sorry, stuff. Volume. And I say that because I get to this point where it's boring for me too. MACD. Come on. What are you talking about? But guys, a basic understanding on this stuff. So let's get back to it. Here, let's get some additional tools for confirmation here. We got VPVR, which is volume profile. Let's watch the volume, low volume pocket between $3.05 to $3.30. Okay, because the price enters with rising volume into these zones. If it often slides quickly to the next high volume node, which is going to be near $3.40 for XRP. Okay, so MACD daily, look for bullish cross over the zero line after the breakout. So crosses below zero are weaker bounces on the MACD, at least for the daily. And Bollinger Band squeeze, let's look for this. If bands are tight when $3.05 to $3.10 breaks, the expansion leg can be very forceful and can be a powerful, powerful move. We'll get into Bollinger Bands, and I know you guys have seen them and how they stretch and move and what this means for price and expansion legs concerning the bands. We'll get into Wyckoff accumulation and all this stuff, guys, if you want to. I think we should. I'm afraid I'm going to bore people and they're not going to watch the channel, but I think my diehards want me to cover all of these technicals, all these technical tools that we use. Derivatives tells open interest rising with price equals a healthy trend. Prep basis positive but not extreme will equal constructive. Front month basis recently modestly positive for price action if we see this. We'll have to see if levels keep up here. Support $2. Okay, so the $100-day EMA, the $2.83 to $2.80 or so, could even be $2.75 to $2.50 for the 200-day EMA band. That is support for us. Resistance is $2.92, $2.93. Which is 20 to 50-day EMA, or $3 all the way down to $3.66. Up to $3.66, which could be a swing anchor for us. And we can get more deeply into that if you want to. Our one-look verdict here says bias is neutral to constructive as long as $2.80 to $2.83 holds here on our daily close over three, and we need to see a daily close of over $3.05. to $3.10. So we want to see $2.80 to $2.83 for our intraday. And invalidation is daily close of less than $2.80 weakens the case and opens at $2.61 to a $2.50 200-day EMA, which we don't want to see that, of course. I'm going to stop because I know I'm even boring myself, but we can get even more into minutia, and I think we will. Let's get into what we're looking for long term so you don't get too confused here. All right, long term on this. And by the way, let me get back to comments, by the way. Let's see what you guys are having to say here. And by the way, welcome to Crypto Info, Blockchain Made Easy with Frank the Crypto Tank. Yes, we're getting very technical this morning. And as all these viewers are in this morning, I expect to see about half of them go bye-bye in about 5 seconds because we're covering technical aspects of the market. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm expecting it. The desire just isn't there from some of these folks when it comes to covering technicals, says Sachu in the comments. He says the desire isn't there. Gave him goosebumps, just a single sentence of me mentioning it. And Sachu says, true, I have trouble with the selling is so hard. I want to build a portfolio. I'm addicted to the numbers on my screen. And aren't we all? And guys, this is not financial advice, but those of you who are into cryptocurrency, and if you're just finding us now, you have found Frank the Crypto Tank. Welcome into Tank Talks, our live portion this morning, our live segment that we do Monday through Friday at 7 a.m. Colorado time with our professorship for a period of it. If all of you have been doing this for a while, you've researched enough, and you've done this, played this game enough to know what Sachu's saying there. We get addicted to the buying of the cryptocurrency, and then all of a sudden we're round tripping our bags through a bull market. Ain't try to play that game now, child. Somebody go fetch my sweet tea. Now here's the deal. We are looking at an XRP going to $100, $200, $300, $500. I know I skipped $400. We're going to approximately $1,000 XRP. I'm going by the end of Q3 2028. That we will have $1,000 XRP. That's my guesstimate, and I can lay all of it out the roadmap for you because I keep playing it out in my mind like a wacko. You know how Tesla didn't draw any of his diagrams on paper, had them all swimming around in his mind? That's kind of what we do with crypto, isn't it? Hats off, Sachu, and hats off to all of you who are watching this, who have held strong with diamond hands. You know who you are. If you're not, take it easy because I know some of you have failed with crypto, and then I'm going to say things like that. A lot of people don't like the Tank. Tank spits the truth about what is going on in life and holds himself to these same truthful standards and happenings and knowings. Don't do a lot of believing on the channel here. Maybe call us boring. Call us not people of faith or something. I don't know. I don't do a lot of believing. I'm more Gnostic with a G silent. I follow what I see to be the truth and my good senses, of course. And I think most of you do as well. So if you guys are following technical price patterns on XRP and other cryptocurrencies, and you have held strong and you have researched well, you don't need any faith or hoping. You know what is going on with the future price of XRP. No, I'm not a financial advisor. No, that is not financial advice. No, you should not buy or sell anything because of what I say or do. You should consult your registered investment advisor, your RIA, your financial advisor, as you know him, he or she, and ask them and play this episode to them. Why don't you play this episode? I love to say this. Play this episode to your financial advisor with the Tank explaining to them and you and the world how I am not a financial advisor, and this is not for financial advice. This is for informational, educational, and sometimes a little entertainment purposes only, and you absolutely have to show this video to your financial advisor and see what they know about the happenings of cryptocurrencies and chart patterns and things like this, and long and medium, short, long, and medium term investing, and see what they know about all this. And it's wonderful, and I'm not dogging the RIAs. I'm telling you that I am not a financial advisor. You definitely should not buy or sell XRP, XLM, XTC, Algo, IOTA, VeChain, Quant, ADA. Oh, I'm always missing some. Ethereum, Bitcoin, Solana, to cover the 3 first mover advantage projects, right? in crypto. Nothing wrong, but they got their first mover advantage. There are a number of other fantastic cryptocurrency projects in this space that are going from 20 cents, 50 cents to $50, $100, some only to $7, $6, and then they kick back down. Then maybe they'll go away and disappear forever, but not before the tank makes about $3 million on one of them projects. What do you say? Careful now, kids. Better be careful in crypto because you can lose your shirt. You can also make a lot. And I've heard people say, oh, be careful about what you say, but come on. Somebody's going to come after me for cryptocurrency because I have crypto. Come on. What a joke. There's about 9 trillion people on the planet with cryptocurrency, and they're going to go after the one that is the nastiest, the most well-defended, the most boom, the 4th degree master, blah, blah, blah. The whole thing was, no, I don't think so. I doubt it. What about all these other high-priced players? You know? Come on. They're going after them before they're going after the tanker. Not too smart. Anyway, we're all transparent here on the channel. We're about to crush it with crypto, and so are a million other players in this space. What are they all going to get going after? Somebody's going to try to get you for your crypto? Come on. Quit being wimpy in this world. Damn it, I'm slamming my coffee cup down. I am so sick of the nonsense and the pussyfooting around. That word was approved, Frank. You could say pussyfoot. You didn't have to put the word crap in to try to play it down and create a euphemism for the swear word. Come on, let's be bold and strong. What is going on here? We are about to crush it with crypto because we know what in the world we're doing. We pay attention to channels like this and others that have taught me. I'm not going to take the credit. I've taught myself with research, but I've learned from so many of these crypto folk. God bless you all. All yous in the crypto space, you digital asset investors and Zach Rector and all these folks in the crypto space. And hey guys, welcome to Coffee Chat. Is that ever good? You know, that dude, David, he's awesome. Not making fun. Doing my little, come on, I got a right to do impressions. Every comedian, wannabe comedian does. You got Vendel and Versan, the guys who are very, and I am saying, oh, don't try, oh boy, be careful, try crack a joke. Those guys, very serious guys, very technically researched and come from banking backgrounds, and I have learned so much from Vendel and Versan, and I do not make fun, and thank you very much, and also very honorable dudes, and so is David, and so is Edo Farino, by the way. So those four are kind of like a 4 quattro. And their show is excellent if you've seen them. But some of the folks in the crypto space are fantastic, and some of you are. But I am serious about this, guys. In case you haven't noticed, be careful. Goodness gracious me, be careful with crypto. You know, don't go sharing seed for it. Don't go share. Nobody's asking for your. Don't respond to anything. Become a hermit with crypto. Don't respond to emails. No, Uphold's not emailing you out of nowhere. No, and Frank, Weeble's not sending you a letter in the mail out of nowhere, which, by the way, fake Weeble did. Somebody pretending to be Weeble, wanting me to call the number out, whatever, and it was not Weeble. Yeah, these things are even being sent in the mail, guys, and it looked like them too, and I almost did it. And I didn't almost do it. I know what I'm doing. I immediately looked at it and said, not Weeble. Going with that first. You're going to have to prove to me that you're Weeble. See what I mean? You get an email, it is not Uphold. They have to prove to you that they are Uphold. That's how you approach it. You get a text, whatever about crypto, they have to prove to you that they are that entity. Same thing with the IRS isn't going to call you on the phone. Guys, be careful, please. Don't get yourself scammed in this whole space. All right, guys, I feel like I want to end this episode even though we've got 9 minutes. See, that's what all the viewers are on, is when I'm talking all my nonsense. I get into chart patterns and everybody leaves. I hope you guys have a great day. I'm glad you've been learning since 2019, Monsager. Good for you. And by the way, guys, not in any weird, creepy way, I love all my regulars in this channel, and you know I mean that, and I'm even going to take the damn glasses off. I love you guys, not in a weird, creepy way, in a very platonic, manly way. You guys are fantastic, those of you who are in this channel day in and day out. And I thank you. And it's a pleasure to spend the time with you and the newcomers, who's got a whole ton of people watching right now that are not my newcomers, I would imagine, unless you never comment. But please tap that like and subscribe, and I love you as well. And I'm here for the loving every day, the crypto loving, baby. This is what we do here. This is what we do on Crypto Info Blockchain Media. You would learn about this stuff every day and incessantly, like crazy people. Anyway, have an awesome day, and keep that smile on your face. Remember, a smile confuses an approaching frown, and turns it upside down. No, I don't think that works. But anyway, see you tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. Colorado time. I love you all. Tap like and subscribe, please, on the way out. And don't forget the Caleb link as well. And do not forget to catch us tomorrow morning at 7 a.m.